Hey, Brooke. Hey, Vanna. Hey, Larry. Truth be told, I've never actually a fan of the Beach Boys. Hey, tourist. But I recognize their contributions to music, and Brian Wilson in particular. First the worst, second the best. You are now number one, Alien, so you just made yourself the worst. The joke is now on you. Hey, Fernanda. Hey, Jordan. Seen the Beach Boys in concert a million times. We're actually my first concert. Nice. Hi, Terry. Yeah, and I have nothing against the Beach Boys. Like they're just like if they come on, I'm not going to be like, "Ew, Beach Boys, why? Ugh, gross." But I have none of their I have none of their songs on my computer. Dad is a big fan. Fair enough. Hi, Flo. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any of the Beach Boys on my playlist. I have Beach Day, Beach House, Beach Riot, and The Beaches, but no Beach Boys. The Rapids, big fan of the Wilson Brothers. Ryan's the last one standing. Listening. I mean, I've heard Beach Boys. I've heard them. I have heard their music before. Beach House and the Beaches too. Hey, Lebecker. Elbecker. What is Pet Sounds name? It's the name of the one of their albums. That was the name of the album, right? Pet Sounds. That was their album, right? Their big album. Okay, should have a National Day of mourning when Paul McCartney passes away. Probably. You know what? I'll say it. Ringo too. Ringo will also deserve a National Day of mourning. Worst album title. Hey, Uncle Buck. Hey, Zach, you're having tacos. Nice, nice. Frankly, I'm pretty sure I have heard worse album titles, but don't think they put in any bad albums, so I'm impartial. Hey, Scriptgoat. FFMTG cards. Fun fact. So I'm recording my Final Fantasy Let's Play right now. Do anything today? Slept in very late. It was like 7 o'clock when I woke up, and then spent an hour on social media, and then showered. So it was like 8 o'clock when I actually got out of bed. A little after 8, I think, actually, when I got out of bed. Hey, Jenna. Would Anne Frank be a believer? Yep. She absolutely would have been a believer. Spaghetti squash. Anyway, yeah, so I'm recording my Final Fantasy VI Let's Play, and recorded the episode with the flashback of the coin flip. And when I was recording, I mentioned that the MTG, the Magic the Gathering cards, Sly Stone. Yeah, Sly Stone. Did hear about Sly Stone as well. I had an album of like classic rock songs, and I believe one of Sly Stone's songs is on there. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was "He's Not Heavy, He's My Brother." Maybe. Do you think Anne Frank would be a beauty bit? Probably not. He's quit. Is that a decade for losing music icons? And it usually is. Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. Like all the old people are getting old, so they're just gonna keep dying. And I mean that's gonna be like forever now. Like we've reached the point where that's just gonna be a permanent thing now. Is old music stars dying off. Every year there's gonna be goodness for Tate McRae getting a new stove against my will. I mean, if the old one's broken, you probably should. I like a new song once in a great while. I regularly like new songs, but that's because I am not listening to the radio. I am listening to indie shit. All the 60s icons are dying off. Yep. And soon it'll be all the 70s icons. And after that, it'll be all the 80s icons. After that, it'll be all the 90s icons. Just the most important part is the part that cooks hot dogs. Well, you need the hot dog cooking part. What's even the point of a stove if they can't make hot dogs? Enjoy a new song sometimes. Don't go there with the 90s. It'll happen. Thirty, 40 years. Liam Payne died, and I'm still devastated. Yeah, 30 or 40 years from now, all the 90s stars will be dying. A TV show coming out where Liam Payne is a judge. Last thing he did before he passed away. Mom sent me an AI of Trump mukbanging hot dogs with his hair in blonde Sailor Moon buns. Your mom should not use AI. Tell your mom that AI is terrible for the environment. Regularly violates copyright. It just ignores that copyrights even exist. Like, doesn't even give a shit that copyrights even exist. They are outright hostile towards the very idea of copyright. Anti AI. Disney is now suing. Disney and NBC Universal are now suing Midjourney. The most cultural phenomenon before I was allowed to experience it myself. It was lame and generally inferior in just about every way. Yeah, Disney and NBC Universal are suing Midjourney. And streamer got shot in Las Vegas over copyright claims against another YouTuber. Sort of. I did hear something about a YouTuber being shot, or a streamer being shot. But yeah, it's one of the rare instances where I have to say, good choice, Disney. It's not often that I have to take Disney's side, but and the truth is, this is something that everyone has been waiting for. Like, people have been saying for like 2 years, really since Midjourney started getting big, since like those AI algorithmic art things started getting big. Hey, Lars. If people have been saying, "Oh, Disney's going to sue their asses," because Disney is notoriously litigious. Not saying that only with my birth did the world begin to serve any real purpose, but I understand how it looks that way. Get that AI off my lawn. Damn straight. You damn kids. You damn kids. Two people I've never heard of. Disney runs like a worldly third economy. Yeah, which is why I am deeply uncomfortable with them in general. But I do have to support them in going after Midjourney. Seeing speculation that the most likely outcome is that they end up just buying Midjourney out, basically. Actually, there's something to be concerned about. Come to think of it. May just end with Disney owning Midjourney and starting to use that for their fucking movies. Why bother paying CG artists when they can just use have a computer do all the CG? They did. Hey, Cold Cat. They have already demonstrated that they're fine with AI. They used AI to generate Darth Vader's voice for some game, I think. They 3D print produce instead of having grocers paint their blemishes. Do I like cold cuts? I don't really eat cold cuts now. Yes, Jordan? Uncut can be obsessive and clingy. Hey, Shamsa. Hey, Papa Magic. Always weird when I have a comment that I can't actually read. Like you'll say, "Hey, there's a comment in your you have a comment on this live," and I look and there's no comments. I was just looking at some of the comments that got held. Connor's pot pie. AI cannot be gay. It's not possible for AI to be gay. Because it's not sentient. Cheese is expensive. Kinda. I do have some cheese. I have some cheese that I keep in my fridge. I have cheese whenever after dinner. I always have some dinner after. I always have some cheese after my dinner, just as like I think a little cheese or as a little treat, just as a little treat. Yeah, routine. I do. Not always able to stick to it. For example, My routine usually means going live at 8. Usually I go live at 8. That's part of my routine. But then some days I sleep in. Like today I didn't even get out of bed until 8 today. I'm Eastern time zone. I'm in the Eastern time zone, which is the proper time zone. Wake up, make up, wake up. I hate that song. So someone did a great mashup of it with Elton John's Crocodile Rock. Hey, bye-bye. Am I not muddle thin? Because I still eat a lot of junk. And I never exercise. I never exercise. A lot of switch beers. Some, but actually it's more chips. Always running that mouth. Hi-yo. I have like half a bag of chips each a night. Like meter past on this, and he can tell you lost weight. But I haven't. I'm the same weight I was 2 years ago. I haven't lost a pound in 2 years. Weight loss journey. Fuck that. You're in the villa? Yeah, well, I guess in the villa, yeah. Was a bit bigger. Even then, not by much. I think I peaked at like 220. So I ended up losing 40 pounds and then just plateaued. Bloat maxing. Ever just take a really big dump and feel 5 pounds later? Yeah, I've been there. Meatloaf and cream sodies. Don't ever shave. I like the beard. Look, if I ever get the hell out of this place, put a vinyl record on and twirl around the room. I mean, I don't have a vinyl player, so that might be tough. Yeah, if I ever do manage to move out of here, I'd probably, that's when I'll be ready to start my transition, and that's when I'll start shaving. Hey, Anunnaki. Terra card. Nice, nice. I do like Terra. Terra's a great character. Though she ends up being absent for a weird chunk of the game. Hey, Killface. Like, for as good a character as she is, it's easy to forget how little of the game she's really in. Like, a big part of the plot revolves around her. But there's a lot of plot where she's not actually involved. You know, like when the party first gets separated, the scenario that she's in is super short, and then everyone gets back together in time for a fight, and at the end of that fight, she flies off, and then you have to go searching for her, and then you have to go searching for a way to wake her up. It's just a lot of time where she's not there. And then when you do finally get her back, I mean, there's a lot of the stuff, even when you're able to use her, it's, party members are optional. So, like, you have choice of which party members you use. So it's not like she has any unique content at that point. It's just weird how little of the game she's really there. Just Chantel hunting camels to establish dominance and using them for battle. Use Mog. I haven't recruited Mog yet. I did play through 6 before. Like, I have played through 6 once before, and I didn't use Mog much. Wasn't huge. I wasn't keen on Mog because of the randomness. Wasn't keen on Gao, frankly. So you gonna pop up in the Amazon rainforest. Interesting, but not that useful. Yeah. Sailor Moon Drews. Yeah. Vanna did send me a photo of it, and yeah, very cool kill face. Is it also a board game? Is what a board game, Uncle Buck? Final Fantasy? Probably. I imagine there's Final Fantasy themed board games. Are you pulling an I Am Spartacus thing, Great Goat? Yeah, I would imagine there are Final Fantasy themed board games, but I'm not obsessed with Final Fantasy, so. You know, like Mass Effect? I used to be obsessed with Mass Effect. So, you know how the world is going to end? Mm-hmm. Need a Mass board. I have a Mass Effect board game. Mass Effect, the board game. Priority Hagalas. See, I have a thinking the brain finally take over the world. Saw someone mention that they're ready. Saw a thing like a tweet or something or Tumblr or whatever. Somebody was asking if Pinky and the Brain are still trying to take over the world because at this point they're ready to hear Brain's platform, and somebody responded that at this point they're ready to hear Pinky's platform. Have some cool stuff. I do have some cool stuff. Husband's grandson that owns the gaming shop had a tournament recently, but I wasn't sure if it's board already. Might have been card. Might have been card game. And yes, thank you, Uncle Buck. Thank you again for the board game. Yeah, as far as like that Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering, I mean, there's a part of me that's kind of like, oh, it would be nice to have it for the art. Hey, Tanya, but not that nice. I don't actually care that much. I don't actually care that much about the art, and I sure as hell don't care that much about Magic the Gathering. So, I'm not actually interested in those cards. I looked at them. I browsed through them, and not even all of them. I looked at some of them, and that was good enough. Dungeons Dragons. Never played Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dingleberries. Yeah, I never played Dungeons and Dragons at all. Swedish Dingleberries. Oh yeah, never played Magic the Gathering either. Hi Sam. I have looked at I have sort of browsed some like, rules and shit for D&D, and it's like, nah. Too many types of dice, I feel like. I don't know. It feels a little too complicated. Good books or comics lately? I haven't bought anything. I mean, Lore Olympus. Uncle Buck sent me Lore Olympus back in April. Other than that, I haven't picked up any books or anything lately. Probably gonna end up holding off on buying any new books for a little while. There are actually some comics I want to get, collections like trades I want to get. They're paint to move. They are. Yeah, like there's a few that I want to get. FML by DeConnick and is it Lopez? Shit, I'm kind of blanking on the artist of FML. One for Sorrow by Jamie McKelvey I want to get. Power Fantasy I want to get. Don't know if your book History of India. Not just yet. I'm close. See, this is my bookmark here. So I'm very close. And I mean that, and like that includes a lot of. I'm on page 537 out of 607. 607, right? 605. Page 537 out of 605. 537 out of 6. So less than 70 pages to go. Take notes for your review. Nope. See, I have less than 70 pages to go. And then I'm going to switch to some of the books I've got, like some of the digital books I've got. Because I do have a fair number of digital books that I haven't gotten around to. Like stuff that I backed on Kickstarter. Sous vide beef stew in the jacuzzi. No. That said, I do need to organize it first. Sort them out and get them, figure out what I've read already and get some of them onto my phone. Are you going to play Crazy Frog at your funeral? Why would they play Crazy Frog at my funeral? It's a song that I have absolutely no feelings about whatsoever. Make Marry Me chicken in the hot tub. You Are My Sunshine. But it'll specifically be the version by Bent Knee. The one that's like really intense and fucked up. Screaming Christmas Ham. Do My Little Ponies ever get sticky? I mean, they're just sitting in a box. to enjoy it more than the original. Yeah, every other version is like all like "Ooh, look how sweet we are," and this one's like that one's like, have you ever listened to the fucking lyrics of that? Have you ever looked at the lyrics of that song? Hey, Elf. Yeah, the bent knee version is the one that looked at the lyrics. I did find a similar one recently. It was by I believe it was a Canadian country band. I don't remember the name of the band, but they also sort of were like they looked at the actual lyrics and then were like, oh, well, okay, let's make it sound like the lyrics sound. I just hope Bruce gets his comeuppance. Bruce orchestrated the whole thing. I have no idea who Bruce is. Oh, right, the cat. Bruce Lee, the kitten she found, right? Does Canada have country? Yeah. Canada absolutely has country music. Shania fucking Twain, Larry? Maybe you're familiar with an artist by the name of goddamn Shania Twain? So yes, we do have country music. I mean, Alberta is just Anne Marie. Alberta. The entire province of Alberta. She's more pop country. Well, sure. But like Alberta is very much Midwest, it's very much like cowboy country. Like it's very much cowboys out there. But I mean all across Canada. I'm sorry, lady. But yeah, I mean we absolutely have country music. A lot of it. We have country music awards here. Canadian Country Music Awards. Katie Lang sometimes did country. Wasn't so as Canada until I started watching Food. Which made like. One of the most important things for you to know about Canada is that a lot of your favorite American stars are actually Canadian. Loved Anne of Green Gables as a kid. I never actually read or watched Anne of Green Gables. Belly scary with Hino Carey. The Japanese are obsessed with Anne of Green Gables. Like, Anne of Green Gables is huge in Japan. It honestly might be more popular in Japan than it is in Canada. Huge in the US too. Sure, I mean, it was fairly big in the US, but it was absolutely massive in Japan. It's in the Japanese curriculum, school curriculum. I think of other stuff I knew about Canada before. Yeah, Anne of Green Gables is actually part of Japan's school curriculum. Which, how? Like, how is that? How is that a thing? Anne of GG was Sessions Eve. Yeah, we didn't have to read it in my school. I've never read it. Think you'll travel to Japan one day? Uh, Probably not. Red hair is very rare there. Anne with an E is a cute TV series. Fascinated by empowered lady gingers. Who doesn't love a good ginger? Okay. Yusa Takahata made a Green Gables anime. I should check that out. Working class makes me sick. Chicken stir fry ramen noodles. Anyway, you make a ton of money. Well, aren't you special? I can make like $5,000 in 2 seconds. I'll do it later because I'm tired. The bunny didn't indicate. Is this a recent thing that she hit a bunny? I mean, like, to be fair, like, I mean, it happens. You know, like you're driving along and like something runs out. You don't always have time to. You don't always have time to react. Like it sucks when somebody runs over a rabbit or any animal. Like it sucks when somebody runs. It sucks when an animal gets hit. But a lot of times it's just holy shit, that thing ran right out in front of me and I didn't have time to do anything. I almost got nailed rescuing a turtle from a busy road. My bunny's taken out. Exactly. Dagnabbit. Checked my email and got a rejection email on a job I applied for. What was it? Cal Tires. So I probably wouldn't have been a good fit for it anyway, but it was a customer. It was a customer service job, and I think it had something to do with cars. So I probably wouldn't have been a great fit because it had to do with like cars and tires and shit. I think. It would help count your money. Thanks. I'll embezzle. I'll start embezzling it. I'll get something. Hope so. Oh, I definitely won't then tell people where I got a job. Going Shark Show? Shark Tank? What are you? So, what are you here to pitch? Hey, Nico, what are you here to pitch? Give me money. For what? Because I need money. Here's my idea. You give me money. I spend the money. End of idea. Here's my suggestion. You give me money. What do you think? To cash up, I got $43. $43 in a dream. $43, a full tank of gas, and half a pack of cigarettes. Half a pack of Marlboro Lights. I never actually saw the movie, so I don't really remember the. So I don't really know the. Film real ghosty. Yeah, and yeah, just never watched it. There's a lot of movies I've never watched. I mean, you know that clip? You know that Simpsons joke of Homer coming out of the bushes and then going back into the bushes? Is the episode where he and Flanders became really good friends? And he just like sort of somebody made it out of like basically Legos. Not actually Legos, but yeah. They're like just like kids' toy blocks. Need to watch Mama's Family. There's a lot of things I probably need to watch. So cool. Yeah, it gets better. That's awesome. I don't want to talk about Legos. Get them out. That's good, Simpsons. Yep. Do you like tie? Yeah. Do you like shirt? Hi, Felly. If it makes you feel any better, we hate you too. I'm kidding, Felly. We don't hate you. I'm kidding. I'm joking. We don't hate you. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Davey looks more like Barney. So, I know. I hate summer. I'm a comic book guy. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm a comic book guy. Carl? Oh, I could never be Carl. Carl's great. I could never be as cool as Carl. But no, I'm comic book guy. I'm the country singer who gets rejected by Homer. I'm the guy who goes to get more water. Look, Daddy, I'm a surfer. I don't know why my iPad caps are named Killface, but I like it. Hey, boobies. Hey, Bubblicious. Rod and Todd are little twerps. They are. Rod and Todd totally pissed the bed. Yep. As I recall, that was actually a joke in when Lisa was babysitting them. Flanders commented on them being bone dry. Biz Millhouse. No. Millhouse is your favorite. That's my opinion on the protests. I'm for them. I support the protests and the efforts to shut them down are fucking fascist bullshit. How dare people express their fucking opinions? Protests? How utterly un-American. Military. Yeah, military parade. Fucking. Yeah, that's not fucking dictator shit. That's not dictator shit right there. Throwing a fucking military parade on your birthday. Definitely not something actual fucking dictators do. No, clearly that is definitely something that happens in free democratic societies. I'm pretty sure that if a democratic president like went to a fucking restaurant on their birthday, Republicans would make a big fucking deal out of it. Yeah, like if a Democratic president did a goddamn thing to celebrate their birthday. Like if Obama had tweeted, "Hey everybody, it's my birthday." How about some birthday wishes? Meal at Chili's for the president. Yeah. Born on the day the Yippies were born. Yeah, that's fair, Larry. I don't really know what a Yippie is, though. Neither do I. And then Trump threatened force against anyone who protests the parade. Abby Hoffman. Yeah, it's so goddamn stupid. Steal this book is great. They can protest as long as they're peaceful. Yeah, they can protest as long as they're peaceful. Yeah, because there's such a great track record of peaceful protests being met you know being met with fairness and shit like that. I mean, it's not like police consistently escalate protests. He helped found the Yippies. And Robin apologized, and that's over yet. Yeah, like the protest in LA. Like, first of all, it's taking place over like 3 blocks. In a city of like Los Angeles is a big ass city and very spread out. And The protests are taking place over an area of like 3 blocks. And Republicans are acting like the entire city's on fire. Saying LA has more people in it than my whole state. Yeah, a lot of states. LA has more people in it than like most states. And conservatives are pretending that it's justifiable to send in the U.S. Marines for what have been largely peaceful protests, primarily, like, almost entirely peaceful protests. Most of the violence has been committed by the cops. People for real came out. What is 3 million people against 5,000 cops and Marines and soldiers? Honestly, you don't even need that. Ten separate protests of 1,000 people each would stretch police resources beyond their limit. But yeah, I mean, it's so fucking stupid. Uncle's been giving us all the tea on the protests. He said it's no big deal. He was up there since 1982. Yeah, everyone who actually lives in LA is like, this is nothing. Like, everyone who actually lives there is like, this, what chaos? April 26, 1992. Like, none of them, like, nobody in LA thinks that it's actually, the protests are actually anything right on the streets, yeah. Rodney King. I mean, shit, there have been riots of, like, where was I? At home, I would assume. It absolutely is. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's not even a ruse. It's just, Trump just wanted to do it. He doesn't even need to bother with the ruse. He just says it. He thinks it's a ruse because he thinks he's part of that. Yeah, yeah. Everyone else is just like anyone with sense realizes that it's not even a fucking ruse. It's just him wanting to do it and thus doing it. Like, there's no justification for it. New York, LA is not on fire. Also, the people engaging in looting, almost certainly nothing to do with the protests. Those people are using the protests as cover to do looting. Rodney King was on Celebrity Rehab. Yeah, it's just, and shit. Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the looters are undercover cops. Would not be the least surprised if some of the people engaging in vandalism and graffiti, and maybe not graffiti, but wouldn't be surprised if some of the people engaged in vandalism and looting are plainclothes cops. Because that is definitely something that they do. The cops are where the looters will play. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's like, again, I have no doubt that some of them are just using it as an opportunity, that there's people out there engaged in looting to make the protest look bad. You know, plainclothes cops trying to make the protest look bad. Just regular douchebags who want to make the protesters look bad. No doubt in my mind that that's going on as well. And of course, some assholes who just want to use take any opportunity they can to steal to loot some shit. Protesters did burn some windows, but that should be considered a good thing. Like I said yesterday, Waymos are used to take jobs from people. Anyone who complains about immigrants coming over and taking people's jobs should be completely fine with Waymos getting rent, because Waymos are specifically, explicitly designed to take people's jobs. So if you don't like immigrants taking jobs, then don't support corporate bullshit taking people's jobs either. Fuck Waymo. Also, on that topic, Uber is thrown in behind Trump, so fuck Uber, don't use Uber. Voluntary wet t-shirt myself with strawberry lemonade. Strawberry lemonade is good. I like strawberry lemonade. Yeah. Uber is pro-Trump, so don't use that. If you need to use a ride-sharing program, use Lyft or something like that. Just No Uber. Kroger, Mackenzie Phillips, Better Dog Ice Cream. They didn't think the dog was cute. There's a lot of ugly dogs out there. I know that's not cool to say. I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's true. There's a lot of ugly dogs. We consider work as a pimp. They say it's hard. Yeah. It ain't easy, that's for sure. You just hate dogs? I do. But at the same time, there's just a lot of ugly dogs, and nobody wants to acknowledge that. A lot of dogs are just ugly. And people pretend that they're cute, but they're not. People will be like, oh, look at this cute puppy, and it'll be the ugliest fucking thing you've ever seen. You like being a hooker's harder? I would think so, yes. Head pugs grab. Yeah, I find pugs to be ugly. I don't get the appeal of pugs. I honestly do not get the appeal. I find them such ugly dogs. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, but still, I will never understand the appeal of pugs. My dad explained pugs to me, they're expensive. And yeah, I mean, like, yeah, yeah, all those health issues. Like, it's like, why? Like, why would you get something that has been specifically bred to be unhealthy? Those old paintings of girls in huge dresses. Me too, were bred just like Persian cats. Yeah, yeah, all those dog breeds that have been bred to be super unhealthy. I honestly find those immoral, unethical. Pugs should not exist. Hey, Chris. We talked a little bit about Brian Wilson earlier. A little bit. They already exist in Denver, Morris, Connecticut. Never buy from a breeder. I just think it's time that we all admit collectively that pugs were a mistake. Except for the one in Black Baby was a alien. That's a breeders lose control and end up surrendering these animals. Frankly, I'm against like purebred of any, like pure breeds of any kind. I don't think any pet should be purebred. But the ones that are both ugly and super unhealthy, they're a mistake. And it's time to let those breeds go. Breeders did a ton of bangers. I like Cannonball. I'm not particularly into vinyl, no. Honestly, I'm not particularly into Beach Boys either. Like, I have nothing against the Beach Boys. It's just it's not music that I particularly enjoy. It's not something I seek out. As far as like mono versus stereo in general, I could not tell you. I know nothing about that sort of thing. Where'd Foodie go? To hell. And yes, that is exactly why I did it, Chris. That really is the reason I titled it. Was because Brian Wilson died. So it was a little bit clickbaity, I guess. I mean, cold cuts. Oh, that's a funny mistake to make. Anyway, cold cuts went on a sandwich. Got music main too. Mostly indie shit. Hipster indie douchebag. If you've heard of it, it's too mainstream. That sort of thing. "12 Days Sober." Congratulations. I mean, Larry instead of Foodie. People have got her on the mind, apparently. Everyone's got Foodie on the mind. Hey, John. Ding dang or shortening bread. No? You have food on my mind. Yeah, it won't be too much longer before I make myself some supper. Go together like Bert and Ernie. I'm Bert. I was definitely the Bert. Hey, Bert. Bert. Oh boy, Bert, I am thirsty. I am thirsty. Chantal loved that bit. We once watched a Australia's Safe Word with Chandler. We watched a Sesame Street bit where Ernie was trying to get Bert to bring him some water, and she loved it. Hi, Kaylee. One of them was to poop their pants. It would definitely be Ernie. Like the Three Musketeers, the three is silent. Makes sense. Rubber ducky, you're so fun. You make bath time lots of fun. Shit, I'm just remembering something. I just unlocked a memory. When I was a kid, I got a keyboard one year. Christmas, birthday, or something. Um, and when I was trying to learn it, I had this book of Sesame Street songs for a keyboard. I never was really able to. I never did learn to play it. Life reaction to pet sounds. Pass. Break out the Casio. Hi, Jesus. You know the song Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz? The awesome beat from that song, like that awesome like dum, 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 dum. That came from a Casio keyboard. Just like one of the default samples on a Casio keyboard. Like an old one. Two hours that old direction I die. Same. Though yes, it is hard to tell. It is hard to determine if we are truly adults. How adult are we really? I feel like we're all pretty childish around here. And we don't feel bad about it. We don't feel the least bit bad about it. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag I'm useless. I thought my future is coming on. I'd say, wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Do for a colonoscopy? Probably. Ferris Bueller is 39 today. I thought he would be older than that, frankly. He's not 39. Ferris Bueller isn't 39. He's older than that. He'd be like 50. Cryogenically frozen in 1986. Yeah, the movie came out in 1986. So that's 39 years. The movie. Ah, well, okay. The movie is 39. Okay. The movie is 39 years old. I mean, yeah. Okay. So the movie is 39 years old. Yes. I thought you meant the character. It's like the character would be older than that. Character was probably 18 at the time, so yeah, he'd be like the character would be like 57, somewhere around there. Broderick himself, Matthew Broderick, is 63. But yes, the movie is 39. It's still made to SJP. Yep. Yep, they're still married. That's a fan of The Office. Never watched it. Never watched either version of The Office. Saw it on Howard Stern yesterday. Favorite celebrity charged with vehicular slaughter? I don't know. I just thought they made an odd couple. Eh. I mean, they probably have a lot of fun together. Yeah, I imagine they spend a lot of time joking around. They're both reasonably funny people. So I think they probably make each other laugh. Rebecca Gayheart. Or Gayheart, or Rebecca Gayheart. I don't know who Rebecca Gayheart is. I am disappointed in her. I mean, the thing that bugs me most about it, frankly, is Riley Gaines reacted exactly how one would expect her to react, which was to mock her some more. To talk about like, oh, she came groveling with an apology. That's like, fuck you. Yeah, what was the exact phrasing she used? Yeah. You have the famous public figure now issuing a groveling public apology. So, exactly the kind of reaction you'd respect from a shitty ass person. Any games do you play on the channel? So I'm doing. I've been doing a Let's Plays. I've been doing recorded Let's Plays of the Final Fantasy series. I'm currently on Final Fantasy VI, so I've been doing a Let's Play Final Fantasy VI right now. And on Thursdays, usually visual novels. On Thursdays, I usually do visual novels. Speaking of which, I might be going over to my mom's tomorrow, so I may be late. Gonna see if I can go over Friday instead, but yeah, it's just like I kind of feel like given given Riley Gaines' reaction to the apology, I feel like Simone Biles should be like, "Well, never mind. I don't apologize for jack shit I said to you, fucking shit weasel." Can't be late for dating much girl. Sorry, Uncle Buck. I'll try. But yeah, you can't apologize to assholes because they will just throw it back in your face. They will gloat about it. And they'll never apologize for any shitty things they say. Isn't calling her a man kind of transphobic? Sure, Simone Biles like body shaming her. Yeah, that was that was kind of shitty on Simone's part. Yeah, that was inappropriate on her part. But Gaines is a bully. She is a transphobic dickwad and a bully who goes after fucking children. Oh, come on. Simone looks great. Like 5'5". Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's an asshole, and like she is just abusively transphobic. And again, it's one of those things where damn near everybody on the protect women's sports side is transphobic. They're straight up transphobic. Because like there's sort of two ways to go. There's sort of two ways to go about that argument of protect women's sport. Like there's two sort of ways you can go about it. You can be like, yeah, you can say, regardless of how far along their transition are, if they go through, if they went through male puberty, there may be certain biological changes that give them permanent advantage over athletes who went through female puberty, and absolutely trans women are women, but in this one instance, there may be reasons to blah 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 blah. There's the argument, not necessarily inherently transphobic. If that's like if they're going that approach where hey, I'm all for trans people. They're great. I love trans people. Trans women, I'll always call a trans woman a woman. Like if they're absolutely actually respectful of trans people and use the pronouns they want to use, the terminology that trans people generally prefer, then that's not necessarily inherently transphobic. But they never do that, do they? That's never the position. The position is always, that's a man. I don't want men in women's sports. That's a man. Leah Thomas, that's a man. Whoever, whatever other, this kid playing, this trans girl who is on her high school basketball team. That's a man playing basketball. Good night, Uncle Buck. And that's transphobic. And that's always, consistently, every goddamn time. That is what they're saying. They're not out there saying I fully support trans people, and the government efforts and the government attacks on trans people are shitty. And sports is the one place where they're not saying sports is the one spot, the one area where they have concern, and everywhere else they're fine with trans people. They're not saying let trans women use the women's bathroom. They're never in favor of that. They're never otherwise supportive of trans people. It's never just about sports. It is about hating trans people in general and wanting to force trans people back into the closet. That is the end goal of the entirety of the gender critical movement, is to force trans people back into the closet. And that's why, and that's honestly why nobody should be giving an inch when it comes to women's sports, trans women in women's sports. Big distraction. I mean, no, it's not even a distraction. They hate trans people. Trans rights are not a distraction. Trans rights are important. Do the same with abortion. And again, abortion, not a side issue. It is not a distraction. Abortion matters. They use these issues as wedges. You know, they talk about, like for abortion, they talk about late term abortion. Oh, they're aborting babies as they're born, in order to like get a wedge, because nobody wants to support that. So they drive it as a wedge and wedge, blah 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 blah, and then Anyway, I'm gonna get going now. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.